What's up, everybody? This is Rob Shax. We are going to be doing another race on the epic race that I tend to always do, which is the what is it called? GT All Stars, I think. Yeah, Gran Turismo All Stars. I'm gonna try to do that thing where I hit him on the front corner. So we'll see how it goes, and I'll cut out the race and just show the replay. Alrighty, here we go. Why? It went well. We'll have to figure out this stuff. This is all the first. I don't really know what's gonna happen with like everybody in this race. Um, we'll see. I hope it goes well. GT1 gets passed by everybody at first, except for the Impreza. But the Impreza looks good in yellow. I don't like this car. And so here I am, getting ready to do what Thomas told me about. Shout out to Thomas for his idea, because this is hilarious. We have some, it works. So y'all can see it. I think this is gonna be a good camera angle too. So I get ready, lining it up, trying to make sure I can get it perfectly timed. Here we go. And there it is. So I just went flying through the air. It worked. It was successful. So I'll try to get a good thumbnail of that. Hopefully I do. So now I have some work to do. I am very far behind, and I just went flying through the air, so I got some extra tire wear. R390's in front, as always. GT1 right behind them, but the GT1 does whatever the heck that was. Gets clobbered by the Ford GT. GT1 is so good. I nailed the, I forgot about that. Hit the R390 there, but he doesn't care. So I was like, alright, whatever. So I'm still doing my little experiment where I basically am trying to line up the tire wear on the R390 AI that he just misses the pit. That he goes right past the pit and then his AI realizes, oh shoot, I need a pit. So I'm trying to figure that out. I'm trying to get his tire wear just perfectly, and I'll keep working and like study what I did in the replay where it did work. But this one I basically hit him off the road, I think twice there, just to kind of get him sliding. And then was that me? That was not me. That was the Jaguar. That was not me. I was like, I don't think I have a white front. I do, but I don't think that was me because I'm actually, that wasn't me. No, I'm up here. Okay, good. So I feel better about that. Yeah. So I'm trying to figure out this is like some weird science experiment basically, where I'm just trying to figure out how much tire wear should I give him extra, because he doesn't do it if he just drives by himself. He will just always go right into the pit. It works out really well for him. So I'm basically like, okay, what do I gotta do to make his tire wear just right? It's been out. That other race. But yeah, so I'm gonna need to figure that out. That's the whole goal with doing this race so many times, and it's just fun. I picked this one out of just kind of variety because I always put the Panos in these races. I always want him in there, so I just restart the race over and over and over again until the Panos is in it. I didn't want to do that this time because I just wanted to see what would happen if I went flying through the air hitting the R390, and I think it went well based on what y'all saw earlier. Yeah, so what I was thinking as I was doing this race. I got a little nervous, and I was very much nervous like the whole race because I realized how quickly the Twitter GT1's tires wear out. They wear out significantly faster than I was expecting, and I don't know if that's just because of I might just have the wrong tires, or because I didn't actually check that. So I think they're just medium racing tires. I wasn't totally sure, but like as I look at it now, I'm like, my tires are the exact same wear as the R390s, color-wise, and I'm a lap behind him. So I had a reason. At that point, I didn't know that. I knew that he pits generally around the eighth lap, seventh lap, somewhere in there. And so I was like, somewhere along that line, he's gonna end up hitting. And I didn't know when it was coming, but I was like, I'm on the third lap, and I have yellow tires, like very much yellow. I was, and so kind of an intense battle just to even get back up to the front because the R390 is so good in this game compared to like every other car, and I don't know why. 'Cause I feel like the 77B should be better, but the AI doesn't seem to handle the 77B as well, which I think is really funny. Um, the impress, I'm kind of getting a little crazy. So I'm still in last. R390 spins there, which is good. I basically just needed him to spin out a lot. That was pretty much the best way for it to go for me. Um, GT1's only 3 seconds behind the R390 at this point. Pretty good. Jaguar is a little bit crazy. The other cars in this game, in this race, sort of kind of can be a little nuts. And only on other turns, it's like everyone seems to have a turn that they do weird stuff on, and the Jaguar seems to handle that first turn a little bit particularly late, and I'm not really sure what that means. So we're gonna try to figure this out. I do want to figure out how I can make the GT1 or how I can make the R390 just spin like crazy. That is the dream, is what I want to see happen, is just have him go crazy. Because it was really fun, but I got that to work so well that one time. This car is so good. And some GT, because that's what happens with the GT1 in this game. Basically, it's up to the R390 to dictate how this race is going to go. If he decides to spin out a lot, then he will not win. And if he doesn't, then he will win. Pretty much how it goes. That's the only way I won in this race. GT1 does whatever he's doing now. Hits the wall a little bit because the GT1 loves doing that for some reason. GT40's going. Jaguar now is way ahead of the GT1 because, obvious reasons. I'm slowly gaining, but I'm at this point, I'm like looking at my tires, I'm like, I'm so screwed. There's no way I'm going to be able to come back. I'm 50 seconds behind him and I need to pit like now, and I'm not going to. It wouldn't be worth it an extra 2 more times if I pit, or at least an extra time if I had pitted. Guarantee. So I was like, no, I'm not going to pit this early. I'm just going to tough it out and hope that at the end of the race, the R390 does something to mess up, because that's like the only way I can really do it. Gran Turismo 4, what's on the right of what the Jaguar's back of his car says? I don't know what that reads. I don't think that's a 4. No. GT1 still in third. R390 spun out, which is really good. I only noticed that because of the dot stopping. The Jaguar's gotten it down to 1 second behind. He won there, so he brought it down to 7. He was 3. He would be ahead of him if he hadn't spun out. So look at my tires. They're struggling. I am struggling at this point. I'm still sort of gaining because everyone else is kind of struggling at this point. Like, tire wear wise, everyone's just kind of suffering together, which is great. I appreciate when that's the case. Almost messed up there. It is funny to see them all so close to each other in terms of actual time apart. Everyone's pretty close. Jaguar just decided to go into the pit. That kind of unfortunate for him. I was wondering what happened here. Okay. So, R3 of the gravel and then spun there. I was always wondering, I'd wondered what happened because I gained on him a lot randomly right there. Even with my tires being terrible, I noticed that I had gained on him. And I was like, huh, I need to remember to look at that. And I'm glad I did. I almost forgot. Okay, so now it's... Well, pretty much almost bumped into the back of him, and then now the R390 is like far away again because the GT1 needed to pit like 3 laps ago. So let's see what happens here. Well, he's still sliding all over the place. Oh man, he almost got hit by that wall. Man, that would have been great. So, okay, we're figuring this out. So 2 hits on him led him to do that. Well, 3 if you count me hitting him at the beginning. So I hit him 3 times and he almost hit that tire wall. I've gotten to hit that tire wall once before, so we'll figure that out. We're figuring it all out. I'm going into the pit. At this point, I am very nervous because I'm like, I am very far behind all of these people, and this is not good. I can't remember how far behind I was at this point because I was in 5th. I just got into 5th, and then the Impreza passed me back while I was in the pit, which I mean that makes because I was pitting, so seconds behind. Position. Who's in first, I mean. I don't think I've ever seen the Ford GT40 lead in this course. R390 does something weird there. XJ220 spin out. That's kind of bizarre. Okay. It's good. Come back and look at the replay with y'all because then I'm like, I don't know what happened, and then I look around and there's some crazy spins, some shoves. The R390 shoved the XJ220, and then as a result, the XJ220 spun out, but it made the R390 also mess up. So that was just weird. And I think I did notice that. The GT1 kind of struggled there for a bit. Just LM race car. Took me a minute. Stupid dogs barking outside my house. Hold on. Okay, so moving on from that, we are back in the race. I don't know if y'all can hear that barking in the background, but there was one of our neighbors had dogs, and then each other through the window, and I'm like, dude, they're all mad at each other. What are you doing? Come on. Anyway, moving on. So the XJ220 is still ahead of the GT1. The Ford GT40 is still leading the race, technically. The R390 is catching up to him really fast and is like right behind him now. Technically now he just passed him, so it's a good race. It took the GT1 the GT. I got massive air at the beginning, which I hope I get a good thumbnail of that because I basically was just flying through the air, and that was kind of awesome. So thanks again to Thomas Strong for that idea, because That was so funny. And I'll probably try to do that again, but I won't use the GT1 because the GT1 isn't as good as the R390, and it was a lot more of a battle to get back. Because I'm still not even close at this point to passing the R390. I'm in 5th? Yeah. I handling there because the GT1's like turning so perfectly, and then I'm like jamming the controller far left and far right, which is pretty funny. It's a good way to know it's me. So, GT40. I don't know if the GT40 pits in this race. I don't think he does. I can't remember. GTs are battle. I think I am the one in front now. He's turning too low. Yeah. GT1's a good car. It's just the R390 is so good. So I'm at this point. I am like very nervous. So I'm like, I already have yellow tires again. I'm 3 laps out. Just nail that wall right there. Pretty hard. So I'm 17 seconds behind. At this point, I'm like, okay, that's really not that good. I still have a long ways to go before I can catch up to this R390. I basically am like counting on him to spin. He really needs to. That's pretty much the only way I can like really realistically have a shot with this race. I passed the XJ220. He's a good car. I like the XJ220. I used him in the Like the Wind race. He's pretty dang fast. It's underrated. For sure. R390 is still kicking butt. Where am I? So I'm now in 3rd. So I'm getting there. Slowly catching up. I passed the Ford GT40 through the gravel, which is a testament to how fast the GT1 is. Because generally if you're passing someone through the gravel, you're not going to be doing that good. Got done 12 seconds. I was also thinking at this point, sorry, I just got a text message. So I was hoping at this point that the Impreza was going to do something to interfere with the R390, just like be on the course, but of course then the Impreza pits. I mean, I would have known that, but the Impreza pitted, so I was like, dang it, that's annoying. So the Impreza's off the course during the R390's passing of him. I passed him, so I'm fine with that, but I was just kind of hoping that there was going to be some more interference there. Or still ahead of the GT, due to the fact that the GT1 just has spun out a number of times so far. Try to pass the Ford GT40 now, which I didn't actually know that happened. So I'm 2nd. Let's see how far ahead I am. Alright, 6. I got down to 6 seconds. There's 1.5 laps left. We're approaching the final stretch for sure, and I'm like, okay, gotta catch up to him. I know my tires are getting worn, because they are, I can look at them. But I'm like, I'll just kind of push them as hard as I can till the end of this race. And we'll just kind of have to see how it goes. Nothing hardcore. Had in my mind, I'm like, maybe he'll spin out at the end, or maybe he'll spin out like somewhere in the middle. Like I was kind of hoping. I didn't know what his tire wear was at this point. Obviously, I would never know. But I'm like, I mean, if you can compare the two, like, not tire wear wise. So let's see what we got going. I'm